Pascoe Vale.
Thank you, Speaker. My adjournment matter is for the Minister for Industrial Relations. The action I seek is for the Minister to provide an update on the work of the Victorian Labor Government continues to undertake to support stronger wages, conditions and protections for transport workers across our state, including in my electorate of Pascoe Vale. Speaker, our transport workers carry our nation, state and community, carrying our goods, services and resources that keep our livelihoods functioning. And without our transport workers, our community stops. And thanks to the advocacy from the mighty Transport Workers Union, many of our transport workers across our skies, highways, freight, rail, gig economy and ride-share sectors continue to benefit from fairer wages and conditions, including through bus driver safety screens that we introduced, tougher laws for assaulting and threatening transport workers, ride-share, road safety and transport safety reform since 2014. But notwithstanding the strides we've made over the years, the reality remains that the transport sector remains one of the most dangerous and hazardous places to work. In 2025, 210 people died in trucking incidents, for example. This needless loss of life is the tragic outcome of pressures of an industry in need of ongoing reform. And when it comes to owner-drivers in Victoria, the industry pressures are even more acute. An owner-driver is usually someone who owns or leases their truck, van or vehicle and pays for the operating costs such as fuel, insurance, registration, servicing, repairs, tyres and finance repayments, and who contracts with one or more transport companies or directly with consumers. However, currently owner-drivers have no practical avenue for collective bargaining and limited access to timely, affordable dispute resolution. Existing rates and conditions schedules are advisory only, whilst disputes can take months to progress through the existing and limited available processes. This absence of protections create safety issues for drivers and our broader community. Research consistently shows that pressures on rates and conditions leads to longer hours, lower pay, deferred maintenance on vehicles and unsafe road practices for everyone. As fatalities in the heavy vehicle and transport industry have risen, Victoria must act to address these risks. That's why I was so pleased today to meet with the TW delegation that visited here at Parliament to brief us on their experiences and concerns, including Michael Kane, the TW National Secretary, Sam Lynch, TW Director of Organising, Frank Guarnaccia from Boral, Mandeep Singh from Prixcar, Lee Shepherd from FBT, Charlie Albisi from TGE and Peter Green from FBT. Drivers told us their fight about fair rates, same rights and safer roads for Victorian owner-drivers. We heard how owner-drivers are small business owners running off their trucks, vans and cars. These workers, as I said, have significantly fewer rights. And as I say, they are forced to work longer hours, lower pay just to get by, creating serious safety conditions. Both New South Wales and Queensland have already established a framework that delivers enforceable minimum standards, binding determinations and specialist dispute resolution processes for owner-drivers, and the TW is calling on the Victorian Government to urgently do the same for Victorian owner-drivers by amending the Owner-Driver and Forestry Contractors Act of 2005 by one, introducing legislative reform to create Road Transport Commission with the powers to A, resolve disputes involving independent contractors, including through mandatory arbitration, B, make binding determination on rates and conditions for owner-drivers, and C, set rates and standards across the transport supply chain. This will also help people across Pascoe Vale, Coburg and Brunswick West to work in transport.